Hi, fifth grade scientists. Right now in this video, I am going to walk you through our fifth grade science study guides. These look a little bit different from study guides you're used to. We are going to use these to figure out what we know and figure out what we don't know yet. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but it has that knowledge, that thinking about your thoughts has a special word that it's called. It's called metacognition. Isn't that a really fun word? Metacognition. So metacognition is realizing what you know and realizing what you don't know. And that's very helpful when we're learning because if we already know something, well, then we don't need to spend a whole lot of time studying it or figuring it out anymore. We already know it. But if we realize what we don't know, then we can figure out how much time we need to spend on that topic. So these study guides are set up for you to work on your metacognition for science, to figure out what you know and what you don't know. So if you know it really well, no need to study it so much. You already know it. It's locked in. But if you don't know it, then that's where you need to spend your time and focus on getting the information into your brains. Okay? So you have this study guide today, and your test is September 25th. That is next Friday. And your directions in your study guide say, please read through the study guide, put an X in the column that you feel describes your feelings about each concept, study by asking yourself questions and referring to your notes until you can put an X next to all the concepts in the got it section. Let me fix that real quick. In the got it section. Okay, so the concepts that you need to know for your test coming up are variables, testable and non-testable questions, models, different parts of the scientific method. Those are the things that we've learned so far this year. So we're starting off with testable and non-testable questions. Here I have some examples, and you are identifying which is testable and which is non-testable. For example, it says, I can identify the difference between testable and non-testable questions. Which color of rose attracts the most bees? You are going to decide if that's testable or non-testable. I'm going to do this one for you. This is testable. We can set up a test. I'm going to highlight it for you. We can set up a test and we can study the amount of bees visiting different colored flowers. We can measure that data, record it in a data table. So this is testable. Let's look at this next one. Which color of rose smells the best? This one, it might be too obvious. Maybe I want to go on to the next one. This next one isn't so obvious. Let me do this as an example. Are fifth grade girls or fifth grade boys taller? Is this testable or non-testable? This is non-testable, and let me explain why. This is non-testable because there are too many variables that we can't control, okay? There is too much going on. Has this person had, the proper nutrients in their life? Does this person have a lot of tall people in their family? There's just not enough that we can control in this scenario to make it testable. So that one's non-testable. That one was kind of tough. So these other two I'd like for you to do on your own. After you're finished with this section, if this was easy for you, then you're going to put an X in the got it section. If this part was not so easy for you, if you feel like, I really should probably spend some more time on this, I had to look at my notes, I was unsure, then you're putting an X in the need to study column. And just because there's an X here, it doesn't mean that you're doing poorly. No, not at all. It just means you're not confident in it yet. So you'll need to study it. Okay, let's go on to another one so I can show you what I want for you to do, and then I will let you work on this on your own. The blank variable is what I'm testing in an experiment. Now I'm thinking back in my brain, what variable is what I'm testing? Is what I'm testing. Is what I'm testing. I'm hoping that you're saying the word independent. All right, what I just did was I double clicked on this line, and now I'm going to type independent. The independent variable is what I'm testing in an experiment. If that was really easy for me, and I didn't have to look at my notes, and that chant just came to mind and I knew it, I'm going to put an X in the got it. But if I wasn't sure of this and I needed to go back to my notes, I'm going to put this in need to study it. I'm hoping that makes sense. What I would like for you to do is go through the rest of this, see what you can do by filling in these blanks, and then decide, do I got it or do I need to study it? And then what you're going to do is look at all these need to studies, study those things, and then ask yourself this again. Can you move that X over to got it? If you can, then move on to the next need to study it. Your goal is to get all of your X's in the got it column, and you're doing this honestly with yourself. Okay, you are realizing what you know, and you're realizing what you don't know. You're studying what you don't know until you do know it. Okay, and if you already know something, skip over it. Don't spend a whole lot of time on it. And then when the test is getting closer, just make sure you still know it. Sound good? All right, we will review next week. So I would like for you to be working on this study guide up until the test. Okay, so you have a week and a half to get going on this and to really get all of your X's into the got it column. Keep up the hard work, fifth grade scientists. You can do it. I'm going to keep smiling because it's not turning off. There we go. Okay, bye.